18. So here given the code like that, starting with a declaration, that is a header file declaration part, then followed by we have a variable declaration, then we have a function is given here. So the main function start from here int main of, then calc. So calc is a function name. We have a two arguments 4 comma 81. So we have to call this function. We can go back to here function part. So here a value is equivalent to 4, b variable is equivalent to 81. So now given at the initial part, the declaration itself counter value is equivalent to 0. So now what will happen? The counter value incremented by 1. Now we want to check it. B value is equivalent to 3. Actually, what we are going to find out here, the counter value. Okay, so here what to do? They are asking find out the counter value and also what's a returning value, final result value, but here we require the counter value alone. So now what to do? We can start from the main program. Here we have a function calc which holding two variables, that is a comma b. A value, a variable having 4, b has the 81. Counter value incremented by 1. We are going to check whether b value is equivalent to 3. Then we can return the a value. When the b value is equivalent, this is what equal operator. So this is called equal operator. When left hand side as well as the right hand side should be equal, then we can return the a value. What is the a value here? 4. So 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, we want to return it when b value is equivalent to 3. Okay, but here if conditions not satisfied, then go to the else part. In that else part, we want to find out again. We have a, this is what recursive calc of a comma b divided by 3. We can take the a value as it is 4. Now 81, b is what? B variable holding what? 81. So 81 divided by 3 is equivalent to what? 27. A comma 27. So these calculations going to be performed again and again until the b value is equivalent to 3. Okay, now we can go for that diagram. So here at the initial we have 4 comma 81, counter value is equivalent to 1. We are going to check whether b value is equivalent to 3. No. So we can do the 81 divided by 3. Now the b value is equivalent to 24. Again b is not equivalent to 3. Do the same procedure again and again until b value is equivalent to 3. So what will happen? A value as it is, the counter value incremented by 2. B value is what? 27. So we can do the 27 divided by 3 is equivalent to 9. Now a value is equivalent to 4, b value is equivalent to 9, not is equivalent to 3. So counter value incremented by 1, so 3. Now what to do? Do the calculation. 9 divided by 3 is equivalent to 3. So now b value is equivalent to 3. Now we can go back to our code. When b value is equivalent to 3, return a into a into a. So that time only we are going to do the returning the value and also counter value. Now we want to find out the counter value. Counter value is equivalent to what? 4. So the answer, output of this program is 4. Next also one more recursive implementation part also. Here we want to find out the factorial of n value. Here n value is equivalent to what? 6. So simple, if you take any number n factorial, so what to do? So n into n minus 1. So we can put it in the recursive, that is a return like that. N into factorial of n minus 1. So this is called a recursive function. So recursive nothing but what? That calculation we are going to perform. That function is going to be called again and again itself until that particular condition satisfied. So that is what recursive function. Here we have taken the example 6 factorial. So the calculation is what? We can start from 6, then decremented by 1, so 5, again decremented by 1, so until that return value is equivalent to 1. So what will happen? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So answer is what? 720. We should not multiply with a 0. Okay, if any number multiply with 0, what will happen? The result became what? 0. So until 1, up to 1 only we have to do the calculation. This is a one more example with respect on arrays concept. Here we see character is a data type. Array name is what? ARR1. Then we have a square bracket. Then followed by we have a characters GEKS like that. So then one more array. Return type is what? Integer. INT is a integer data type. Then followed by we have some 5 values. Now we want to find out the array of 1. Array of 1 of 0. That is what? 0th location of ARR1 array. So what is available in the 0th element of array 1? We have a G. So we can get the answer is what? G. Like that, we want to find out the array 2 of third position. Third position, nothing but what? 0th position, 1, 2, 3. So in the third position of array 2 is equivalent to 40. So in general, arrays starting location, starting index value is what? 0, 0th location. So from the concept, the answer of array 1 of 0th index, that gives us G, then array 2 of 3, that gives us 40. It is a very important question. So this type of questions we can get in n number of question papers. So here you see this is a question I have taken from 2019. This is a very simple C programming, and also here we have a pointer concept. So here they have defined like that is a array empty array. Then followed by we have some values are available. Then pointer ip is a variable, that is a pointer variable is equivalent to what? Array of array plus 4. Now we want to find out that ip of 1. What is ip here? Ip nothing but what? Pointer. Now we want to find out the pointer of ip, that index value what? 1. Okay, so now what to do? So here arrays start at the location is what? 0th location, 1 the first location, 2 like that. Now what to do at the initial stage? What will happen? Array IARR nothing but what? That is a 0th location, that should be added with 4, which points to what? IP. So what will happen? 0 plus 4 is what? 4. So 0th location, first location, third location, 0th location, first location, second location, third location, fourth location. Now IP is a pointer which points to this value, fifth value of the fourth location, but they are asking IP of 1. So now currently IP is pointing to here, that is the IP of 0, but they are asking IP of 1. So the answer is what? 6. Okay, so followed by we have one diagram. With the help of that diagram, we can able to understand. Okay, so this is the array. So this is a given array. So in that we know that arrays always start at the index position 0. So like the 0th location to like that we have a value. These are all the values are available which they have taken in the question paper itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So initially IP is what? IP is pointing at ARR plus 4. So what will happen? ARR plus 4 nothing but what? 0, that is a fourth location. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what will happen? IP is pointing to fourth location. Okay, so IP, what will happen after incrementing ARR plus 4? Now IP is pointing to fourth location, the whose value what? 5. But they are asking IP of 1. IP of 1 nothing but what? So this is the IP of 0th location. Now we required IP of 1. So now the IP is pointing to fifth location whose value is equivalent to what? 6. So the answer is 6. So option number A is correct. Okay, so next is a pattern format. How to print in given below pattern. So we have this is what 3x3. We want to display the pattern like that. First row 3 star, second row 3 star, third row we have a 3 star. Otherwise we can say that first column 3 stars, second column 3 stars, then at the last column 3 stars. Anyway, we want to print this type of pattern. How to do it? So very simple. With the help of for loops we can able to achieve that. How to do it? So we can take the outer loop, then we have an inner loop. Outer loop and the inner loop concepts are very important. Using that, we can able to form any type of patterns. So we can start with the outer index. So we required in the form of 3x3, isn't it? So 3 rows and 3 columns. So what to do? Outer loop, we can take 3 rows. I mean that index value is what 3. Likewise, the j variable holding 3. So what will happen here? If take outer loop value I is equivalent to 1. What will happen? I is equal to 1. So inner loop is j equal to 1. J value incremented by 1. Then j value is less than or equivalent to 3 up to 3. So j value increment from 1 to 3 when outer loop value I is equivalent to 1. Okay, when the inner loop conditions failure, again it come back to the outer loop. Again I value incremented by 2. Check the condition whether 2 is less than or equivalent to 3. Yes, condition true. Now I value is equivalent to, again entering inner loop, that is the value 1 to 3. Once the inner loop conditions failure, again go back to the outer loop. Again I value is incremented by 3. Now check the condition. 3 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, condition 2. Now I value is equivalent to 3. Then j value is equivalent to 1, 2, 3. So condition failure, again come back to the outer loop. But I value, when your I value incremented, check the condition 4 less than or equivalent to 3. Condition failure. So simply come out of the inner loop as well as the outer loop. So what is the meaning of executing these two for loop? When I value is equivalent to 1, j value is equivalent to 1, 2, 3. So in the form of, it will take, that is in inner storage, it will store like that. When I value is equivalent to 1, 1, 1, then I value is 1, 2, I value is equivalent to 1, then j value is equivalent to 3. It will take the two values. So this is called what? Index, that position where we want to print what value. So this is the area, this is the place 1, 1 I want to print the star. So this is a place 1, 2 I want to print the star. So this is a place 1, 3 I want to print the star. So like that. So this is the position. This is the position or place where, so what you want to print. So print of %t, then followed by some symbol. That particular symbol we want to print on the format, that column, row and column format. So that is the meaning of executing this for loop. So the second one is what? How to print the following pattern. A, first row only we require. In the first row, cell alone we want to print the A. In the second row, first two position we want to print the value. In the third row we want to fill the 3 A's. How to do it? The same procedure, but we have a slight modification in the looping statements. So this is the way how to use it. We want to read all the 3 rows, so we can use the outer loop like that. But in the case of inner loop, no, we have a condition. Only we want to read the first value alone. Second row we require only the 2. So third row we require only the 3. So this is the way we have to do it. Outer loop I value is equivalent to 1. That time what will happen? J value is equivalent to 1. J value incremented. But condition here is what? J less than or equivalent to I. Whatever outer loop value we have taken, no. So that particular condition alone we want to print the inner loop. Okay. So what will happen? 1, 1 only the first execution. Then the outer loop, when I value is equivalent to, then inner loop what will happen? 1, 2. So 2, 1, 2, 2. Only that particular index we want to print the A. Same way, when I value is equivalent to 3, then j value what will happen? 1, 2, 3. So 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. That particular position alone we want to print the A. Otherwise, one more coding also will be there with the help of this one. So we have some n number of procedures are available for in order to print that pattern. So we can use it. Which one we have a very comfortable, we can use it. Then this question I have taken from 2018 question number 33, the GATE website. So this is also very simple. So in that main program, we have two structure variables are given. First structure variable P, which holding that 1, then 0, then A plus 2. Then the second one, pointer variable, that is a Q is a pointer variable, is equivalent to address of P is holding. So now what we are going to do, we want to print the result in the form of characters. You see here, we want to print the result in the form of characters. So what they are trying to say that char star of Q plus 1. So Q plus 1, nothing but what? This position. This one. Then Q plus 2, nothing but what? The second one. Okay. So here we have a second position. So here we want to access the Q plus 1 second position, then followed by third position. So here we can take, that is a single quotes, no, this is a character we can take directly. But in the case of the second part, Q plus 2, in the Q plus 2, we have first one is what? A, then followed by plus 2. So what will happen? We want the result in the form of character. So what will happen here? A plus 2. So that will be what? C. So how it is C? No, that is that A is a character from which you have to add the two position. So A, then we have a B and then C. From the A position, we want to increment the two position. In the two position is what? In that two position, once you increment, we can get the C. So the answer is what? C. So we require the output in the form of percentage C, then percentage C. They are asking the Q plus 1 and then Q plus 2. So the answer is what? We have a second one 0, then followed by C. Thank you, students.